What's up, guys? So currently I am on my little holiday vacation, but I thought that I would upload this video since, it's Christmas time. I wanted you guys to have something to watch, so I'm making my holiday wish list for things that I would like to see changed about Krillin. I stole this idea shamelessly from Just Relax Kid, who made his own wish list for Beerus. I'm linking that down below. He's an amazing Beerus player, so I definitely respect his opinion on what should be updated about Beerus. But as for Krillin, if the rumors about there being a Season 3 are true, and there's like a big balance patch along with it, these are the things that I think would really help Krillin out and make him a little bit more competitive, because right now, he's generally considered one of the worst, if not the worst characters in Dragon Ball FighterZ. So, I'm going to run through 3 things that I would like to see fixed. I don't necessarily think all of them need to be changed. That might make him too good, but at least one of these I would like to see changed. So to start things off, I think by far the biggest flaw in Krillin's toolkit is the rock. The rock is just not good. One of the main problems with this move is it loses to Super Dash, which is a major bummer. I understand why Ki Blasts should lose to Super Dash, because otherwise it might be too hard to get in. But the rock has like no use already. And on top of that, you can't really use it for Oki or anything like that, or setups that well, because all the opponent has to do is Super Dash through it, and they hit you. Other problems I have with this move, the hit stun and block stun are insanely short, which I kind of get. I mean, it shouldn't exactly like cause a wall bounce or anything, but it should definitely be a little bit easier to combo off it or use it in block strings. So like there's so many situations where like I just want to pressure, but I can't really, because the block stun on the rock is so short that I can't really do anything off it. And all this applies to his assist as well. I think Krillin has probably the worst assist in the game, and it has all these problems that I've been talking about. Absolutely no hit stun or block stun, loses to Super Dash. So many things wrong with this move. I would love to see it updated, because honestly I find it a bummer that Krillin has so few special moves, right? He only really has 4. Beam, Solar Flare, Overhead, After Image Kick, and then the Rock. And to have this, one of his 4 special moves, 25% of his special moves, just be essentially like totally useless, I really am bugged by this move. Make the EX version better too. I feel like the EX version is really terrible. Even though they made it have 2 rocks, it just doesn't work the way you would want it to 99% of the time. So fix it. Next up, the number 2 thing that I would like to see given to Krillin, this is a pretty simple one. I think that his after image kick, the ground version, should cause a ground bounce. So that way you'd be able to combo off it using assists or using vanish. I think that would be really nice. Right now, the only way to combo off this move is straight into Super, which is obviously not ideal. It's not a good use of meter, and if you don't go into level 3, you can't get Oki or anything afterward. It just kind of blows my mind that GT Goku has this ridiculously busted move, his 214 light or medium, and this move, you can combo off it with assist just fine. This causes a ground bounce. What's the deal with that? This covers like the entire screen, and you can combo off it, and you can make these ridiculously super tight block strings with him. And if at any point they stop blocking, they get ground bounced by this move, and then he can combo off it with assist, like I said, or he can even vanish to combo off it himself. So I would like to see the same privilege accorded to Krillin. I think one of Krillin's biggest issues is he is really helpless without assists. And I think one of the reasons for that is he can't really solo mix up in any meaningful way. If he had this move, he would at least have something, because you could make them guess by doing after image and being like, okay, am I going to go high and maybe get a ground bounce that I can combo off of? Or am I going to fake it and then go low? The way it is now, you can go for that, but the problem is 90% of the time they should just block low, because this overhead option doesn't really lead into much other than raw super. So I would like to see this move improved. I think it's a cool concept for a move. It's really neat the way that you can like kind of confuse people, keep them guessing on what you're going to do. But I just feel like the reward for actually hitting this move is not there the way it needs to be. So that's number 2. And then finally, the third buff here, I think I would like some changes to his aerial Ki Blasts, both his normal Ki Blast that he can then send downward, and his downward Ki Blast. So a lot of times people will like link me to these combos with Krillin that look really sick, stuff like this. And it's like, wow, Krillin can do these solo mid-screen relaunches. That looks amazing, so much damage. But the problem is these are extremely inconsistent combos. So like, look, if I start from like back here, like the range where you're going to be hitting a lot of 2Ms from this range, but this combo just straight up won't work from back there because you're too far away for the Ki Blast to connect. And hey, this one works from like any range, so that's cool, right? Look, there we go, we got it, even from like far 2M range. But then the issue here is, this one is so specific to the enemy hitboxes. You can see on characters like Videl, this is just straight up not going to work because she's not wide enough, so that second Ki Blast is not going to connect with her and send her down to the ground. So there's just all these issues with these combos that I feel like I really haven't found one that is consistent, works from most ranges, works on every character. And I know, like, I'm fine with character-specific combo routes for, like, the really big bodies and stuff, but it should at least be consistent by range, you know? So I think by just slightly increasing the hitboxes on his down jump S and on these downward Ki Blasts, make it so that it's easier to connect with them both and send the opponent crashing down to the ground. That would be really amazing. It would really open up his combo routes. Again, like, Krillin is so hard without having good assists available. He's just so hard to do any damage with and mix-ups. So I think giving him some better mid-screen combo options could definitely, like, increase his combo routes in a really meaningful way. So that's another thing that I would love to see. That's coming in at number 3. Just make him more consistent, make his combos work in a way that is, like, predictable. I'm having a lot of trouble because I get so hyped whenever someone sends me a combo with this. I'm just like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. Krillin can do so much damage. But then it just doesn't end up working out in the long run. So that's my third one. And okay, if you put a gun to my head and you made me think of a fourth thing to fix about Krillin, I would like to see a Senzu Bean buff, okay? The Senzu Bean is just, like, not that good. I would think it would be really, really cool if it actually gave you a little bit more health than your blue health. That would be amazing. That would go a long way towards making it more viable. And then one of the other things about Senzu Bean, this is probably my biggest pet peeve about Krillin in general, is that if you have a damaged assist, if you have an assist with some blue life, it is now no longer possible to throw a light rock. So I'm just doing the regular light rock input, and if I have a damaged assist, you get a Senzu Bean that is thrown at the assist every time. And no holding back or holding forward or whatever does not change anything. That only applies to Krillin's assist. So, like, if you hold back and call the assist, he'll throw a Senzu Bean instead of a rock, and that works great. Why not make that be how his Senzu Beans work on point? Why not make it so that he always throws a rock, but then if you have a damaged assist and you hold back, then he'll throw a Senzu Bean. That would be nice. Just give us the option. Don't completely lock out the option of doing light rock throw, because there's a lot of, like, Oki situations where light rock throw might be the one that you want. Medium rock throw is not going to work because it's going to sail over their head or whatever. So yeah, that's a really minor nitpicky one, but that always really kills me when that happens, when I'm like, I wish I could throw a rock right now, but I literally can't because I have a damaged assist. So that's enough whining about that, guys. Let me know what you think. I know, like, Krillin is definitely viable. I don't think he's an unplayable character, but sometimes it does feel like a big uphill battle compared to other characters. So I think those 3 little changes, 1 or even 2 of those, it doesn't have to be all of them, I think would make a major difference in making Krillin a little bit more viable, making it so that you see him played in actual serious matches and not just by scrubs like me who really like the character. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. Once again, I hope you're having a great holiday season, and I will be back on the 30th of December, resuming my regular video schedule. So hope to see you then, guys. Bye, everybody. Have a great one.